Sheila, is this the kind of report you expected to see?
Yeah, I think they were good reports. They were candid. They were inward-looking. I think the regulators are really trying to identify the key problems, including opportunities they had to do things better. And, that's what you need. If you're going to improve the situation, you need to acknowledge the mistakes. So kudos to both the Fed and the FDIC for being very open and very candid.
Senator Elizabeth Warren not holding back. I mean, why would she start now? A part of what she says about this, she calls the investigation clearly identifies how the 2018 legislation that weakened our bank rules and the Fed's tailoring in response to that legislation were major contributors to SVB's failure. She goes on to say those responsible for these failures must be held accountable, including Chair Powell, who failed in his responsibility to supervise and regulate banks that posed a systemic risk to our economy. Fair, Sheila? Too harsh?
Yeah. Well, I think the 2018 changes probably didn't help, but there were a lot of factors going on here. And at the core, this was just basic mismanagement of interest rate risk and a rapidly rising interest rate environment that does create risk management challenges. But both these banks, especially Silicon Valley, were just really seriously badly managed. So, and that, they could have been a community bank, and this should have been caught earlier, and things should have happened quicker. Enhanced prudential standards, which they didn't have until recently with Silicon Valley, might have helped. But boy, really, this was just bad management, and that's any size bank, any stringency of supervisory regime should have caught this. This is pretty obvious and pretty bad.
Okay, now let's zero in on First Republic. Down now 3% after hours after plunging during the regular session. After the earnings reports that we've seen from regional banks, which seem to largely reassure investors with some exceptions, is this now just sort of an isolated case that doesn't have implications for the rest of the banking sector?
Yeah. Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, one concern I do have is that the regulators, I think, ill-advisedly created an expectation that for any future bank failures, uninsured depositors are going to be protected. They don't really have the legal authority to make that promise. They have to do a systemic risk determination, which requires supermajority approvals by both the FDIC and Fed board to happen. It's not clear whether that support's there. And the reserves that the FDIC has established for bank failures are based on a $250,000 cap, not unlimited deposit coverage. So they created this expectation. Again, if they get supermajorities of both the FDIC and Fed boards, they can protect uninsured again. But if they don't, I do worry that that's going to surprise people and could be disruptive. So I think they're really in a very, very difficult situation on the uninsured question. As I've said before on this program, I'll say again, I do think they need to go to the Hill and get proper legal authorization to at least protect transaction accounts, operational accounts where you make your payroll, et cetera. We did that during the great financial crisis. It was very successful in stabilizing uninsured. But this is a unique problem they have now with this expectation. And it's going to be an expensive failure. I don't have any question about that. This situation is not getting better every day. The franchise value is eroding. The customers are leaving. Uninsured deposits are becoming insured deposits, even if they don't protect the uninsured. So it's going to be expensive, and I think it's probably better to happen sooner than later.
But Sheila, is that fear factor still there, where people think, oh, if First Republic goes this way, I'm worried about my bank, and I'm going to line up outside over the weekend? For some reason, it feels to me like it's not, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I hope it isn't. And again, ordinarily, I would say no. This is a very badly managed. Appears to be a very badly managed bank. There may be a few more out there, but again, my only caveat is that the expectation has been raised now that uninsured are going to be protected. So if they are not, that could be dissettling. But I will say, as I've always said, the vast majority of banks are perfectly fine. If you are a household, stay below the insured deposit limits. You should absolutely be doing that for any bank, anytime, anywhere.